What's the fascination with dipping your cigars? This dates back to the 18th century. Today we're going to talk about dipping cigars and alcohol on this edition of Blowing the Budget. I'll meet you in the dungeon.
What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? It's your boy Q Morgan in the building. This is Blowing the Budget. Here we highlight those budget-friendly cigars, as well as introduce our new smoker friends to this cigar lifestyle. If it's your first time here, make sure you hit the like button. Automatically enter yourself into the monthly swag bag drawing. I pick out a couple of sticks, I print up a couple of shirts, and I send them directly to your house. I'm excited to blow something real nice, real exclusive for you. Today we're doing Viva La Vida. I found a 660 box press. Now, of course, y'all know I'm not fond of the big mouth cigars, but I am fond of the box press. So, don't know what this entails, but I've heard good things about it. So, we're about to dive deep into this Viva La Vida. Let's get into it. I want to welcome all my smoker friends to Blowing the Budget. Here we highlight those budget-friendly cigars, as well as those premium sticks that appears on everybody's wish list. Shout out to all my fat-ass smokers. What up, though, said? Today, y'all, we doing something real nice. I found an exclusive. This is, I guess you can't order this online. Of course, you may be able to find some places that will send you a few, but this is a B&M special. Gotta go to the brick and mortar to see Viva La Vida. Right off the bat, we're getting that heavy pepper tinge in my nostrils, and look at the return on the draw. Yeah, that's nice. We're doing the V cut. Yeah. So what we smoking on is a Habano Oscuro wrapper and a Corojo binder. The tobacco for the binder has been aged since 1999. And then, of course, we got the Criollo. Yeah, I think I'm pronouncing that fucked up. But that has been aged since 1998, and that makes up the filler. This is 100% Nicaraguan Puro. Yeah. This is a medium to full body cigar in every sense of the word. We just getting into it, y'all. And off the introduction, I'm getting a very hot cayenne pepper on the Retrohale. This is a 94 rated by that one. If it seems to matter to you, it's cigar rated at a 94. And definitely a budget-friendly smoke. This 660 cost me about $13, but of course retail these about 10, 11. So, a little bit about the manufacturer. This is manufactured at the AJ Fernandez factory in Nicaragua. However, this does not carry the AJ Fernandez designation on the label. Basically, we're two brothers, Billy and Gus. Faki. I'm not sure, F-A-K-I-H. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But they had two cigar lounges, and actually one of the only official cigar aficionado lounges in New York. They sold those two lounges to JR Cigar, which then turned those into Casa de Monte Cristo. I guess with that money, they then got with AJ Fernandez because they were fans of his signature pepper, and definitely that signature pepper is coming through in the beginning stages of this stick. So let's get through this whole stick with you. Don't know how we feel about it, but right now I'm kind of okay with the pepperiness. I don't necessarily care too much for high pepper volumes, but let's go ahead and get through this stick. Okay, so let's analyze the stick for what it is. Looking at the presentation, it's consistent. However, the burn is becoming a little wobbly. We're gonna definitely use that one that matters, the Cigar Aficionado rating system. Again, they said it was a 94. So of course, already off the bat, we have to deduct points for that uneven burn. The manufacturing or the construction is definitely worthy of at least a 90. There is some light veining in this 500 club. This is a exclusive, comes in a 660 box press. This is the Viva La Vida. Now look at it. This cigar looks like it want to punch you in the face, don't it? You know, look at the girth on that mug. It's thick. It look intimidating a little bit, but it is robust in flavor. Now I smoked the Robusto, however you want to pronounce it. You say tomato, I say tomato, whatever. This is the Gran Toro, and it comes in a box press, and it's plus size for sure. This is, watch out for the big girls, watch out for the big, yeah, this is that. There's a hint of oily sheen on the wrapper, as you can see. But overall, it's an even burn. Like I said, we got that one little wobble right there. And I'm trying to give it time to kind of mellow out, kind of catch up to where everybody else is. We're gonna see what happens. Now it might sound real strange to dip a lit cigar in a glass of alcohol. This has been, I guess, long-standing tradition for centuries. This dates back to Winston Churchill, before Winston Churchill. Basically, it's equivalent to sipping and smoking. I don't necessarily get anything different from sipping and smoking. To many, this process is an experience. But to most, preferably myself, you just created a soggy tip. So whether you dip or not, that's on you. This cigar lifestyle is really about doing whatever it is that you enjoy. Don't take this shit too seriously. Do you? Beautiful return on the draw. This is definitely a decent stick, worthy of smoking again. As I said, we started out with the signature AJ Fernandez pepper. This was manufactured at his facility, Tabacalera in Nicaragua, and definitely comprises a lot of his signature notes. Of course, the pepper is evident, but now as we get through the first third, and I just can't seem to get him to catch up. He just won't do right. So we still gonna get through this, but as we approach a little bit deeper into the stick, I'm picking up some woody textures on my tongue. It reminds me of kind of like a dark mahogany, if that makes sense. I try to associate things I smell with what it may taste like, or things that I taste, try to associate what it may smell like, if that makes sense. More in detail, you can experience a better understanding of what you're smoking through a retrohale. For all my new smoker friends, a retrohale, you puff on the stick. We don't inhale. You hold some smoke in your mouth, releasing a little bit through your mouth. Hold the rest of it so that you can release it through your nose. This takes some practice. You may not get it right the first time, and you may experience some overwhelming sensation should you allow too much smoke to come through your nose. Here's a demonstration. And there is where, in the back of your head, you will experience a pepper tinge that may make your eyes water. You'll also be able to understand that dark mahogany flavor that I speak of when you retrohale a Viva La Vida. Now there was a time when cigars were kept in boxes or wooden chests. Before electricity, before humidification. Yeah, back then, the tobacco in cigars would dry out. Had no way of keeping it moist. So of course, back then, dipping your cigar to create some sense of moisture in a dry stick may help it along. It may even make a bad stick better. But now in today's time, or with today's technology, there's not really a need other than the nostalgic tradition to dip your cigar. That's just my 2 cents. Again, you do you. Your cigar lifestyle is really about doing what the fuck you want to do. What is enjoyable, what is pleasurable, what is relaxing to you. Light up your stick how you want to. Cut your stick how you want to. Smoke your stick how you want to. If you like the sweet stuff, if you like the strong stuff, if you like the expensive stuff, that's your prerogative. No one is judging except snobs. Just to keep it 100 with you, there's no real science on dipping your cigar in liquor or alcohol of any kind enhances the cigar experience. In reality, all you're really doing is creating a soggy cigar. Of course, if your cigar is humidified correctly, you may not need that dip. So again, just my 2 cents. Outside of historic tradition, there's really no need or purpose for dipping your cigar in liquor currently. All right, y'all. We're doing a Viva La Vida, and we are getting into the first third and half. I'm not sure exactly. Had to do some touch up. We had to play catch up on this one because we were burning kind of funny. Definitely want to take some points away for the uneven burn. We're talking about dipping cigars. Dipping your cigar in cognac, bourbon, brandy. That is a type of infusion, but it's not infused like some of us may enjoy. Infused cigars basically would entail that there is a moisture content, be it alcoholic beverage, that is absorbed into the stick during storage. That allows the stick to basically take on the flavors that make up whichever alcoholic beverage you chose to infuse with. Now this takes some weeks. Good cigars that are infused DIY style, some may take some months depending on the concentration of alcohol. However, we're not talking about infused. Infused is a different category because cigars tend to soak up things around them and usually get better over time, especially when the compartment is sealed properly. Now, cigars do come with a flavor profile of their own, and infusing it does hinder the quality of the manufacturer's idea of what he thought a perfect stick may have been. But then, of course, you have some proponents that think that infusing a cigar may make it better. Like I said, dipping is no way the same as infusing. There are different techniques involved, temperature controls and things of that nature, which allow a cigar to absorb the alcoholic content of what you're storing it with. All right, y'all, we are approaching the halfway point. We got an even burn now. It's actually catching up, kind of mellowing out. And of course, as always, it's better to ask for forgiveness rather than permission. That's why we always smoke them naked. Now look at that. I just lost the ash and it's crumbled into, I can't pick it up. It's definitely a fine ash. It's there. This is all I was able to say. Now, of course, you saw in the last shot, it was rather long. I was kind of impressed. I was gonna definitely post that with my fat ash peeps, but we lost it. So we're getting down to the halfway point, and right now I'm experiencing some cinnamon. It's kind of drying my mouth out, kind of like if you did that cinnamon challenge. If you're dumb enough to do that, maybe your kids did. Don't know. You saw it on YouTube. You saw it on Twitter. You saw it on social media. It's kind of like eating a spoonful of cinnamon. Your mouth is kind of dry. The wood, or that dark mahogany, has now turned into like a coffee or a cocoa. A dark roast is still the prominent, that darkness is still there in the stick. The pepper is kind of relaxing, but it's still there. It's just not as pungent as the introduction. This is definitely an enjoyable stick. Again, I will be smoking more of these. This is the Viva La Vida. This is definitely exclusive to brick and mortar. You definitely have to visit your local brick and mortar to find these. Of course, you may find Viva La Vida online, but the box press 660, nah, gotta go to the store. I'm no professional by any means. However, I do enjoy the opportunity to share some valuable information with my new smoker friends, as well as learn valuable things from my more advanced smoker friends. Look, some of your smoker friends might argue you down about dipping your cigar, the importance, the significance, the historical tradition of dipping your cigar. Even though it's a cool trick and you see it done in the culture all the time, don't mean that that's the thing to do. That's that person's personal preference. If you don't like dipping your stick, don't dip your stick. In my opinion, I just think it's insulting to the cigar maker. They took the time to cultivate tobacco so that you can have a specific flavor experience in your smoke session. Dipping your cigar, I guess today I'm realizing that it really doesn't enhance the experience. It doesn't change the flavor. It basically soggies my tip. And now I'm getting, I guess there is some, I guess it might be just in the cut. I'm not sure if this is long filler or short filler. It's not designated, but I am spitting a bit. And that, again, could be attributed to the cut. could be attributed to my dumb ass dipping in the stick trying to do what everybody else doing. Dipping your cigar to me is like putting ketchup on a steak. You might like ketchup on your steak, but then again, you might like that motherfucker well done too. Whatever you like, it's on you. You paid for the stick, so smoke it how you want to. That doesn't mean that your individual preference is right or wrong. Don't make me right, don't make you wrong, and vice versa. Doesn't mean anything. It's just what you want to do. And we're back to the crazy burn again. Just can't keep it consistent. Can't keep it level. It just won't be right. At any rate, we're getting through half, and we slowly approaching our last third. Nowhere near the home stretch, but we are approaching nonetheless. Viva La Vida is a exclusive brand manufactured at the AJ Fernandez Tabacalera in Nicaragua. Again, two brothers, Billy and Gus Faki, not sure how to pronounce that. These were shop owners. They had a cigar shop. Actually, they had two in New York City. They sold those two cigar shops to JR Cigars, who then turned these two shops into Casa de Monte Cristo. Now, under the direction of Billy and Gus, their cigar shops was the only official cigar aficionado cigar lounge. They only had that one. And when they sold, of course, I'm not sure if Casa de Monte Cristo got to hold cigar aficionados' coveted lounge, but business continues. This is a decent stick. I'm not too pleased with the burn, but smoke session is definitely a good one. I'm feeling a little buzz, and that could be attributed to the Nika Japanese whiskey that I'm sipping, but I think that this cigar packs the necessary punch for any person willing to expand their flavor profile. If you like the sweet stuff, you're doing Sweet James, you're doing factory smoked sweets, or you're doing the Rough Rider sweet tip, this definitely is a nice introduction to understanding something bolder. I'm getting a nice little caramel sweetness on the back end of my Retro. The pepper is still there on the Retro, but it's not so much cayenne. It's kind of milding out, and it's kind of bouncing around with the flavors. Again, in the halfway, I'm experiencing a little dark roasting type coffee or cocoa flavor. There is a caramel note that I am picking up. There's something sweet there, and I think that it's caramel. I don't know that it's caramel for sure, but I do taste a sweetness that's a little more than sugar. There is a flavor component to the sweetness that I'm experiencing, and you can only attribute that to either chocolate or caramel. It's not like taking a sugar packet and just dumping it in your mouth. It's not that type of sweet. It's a flavored sweet. And again, the cinnamon is still drying out my mouth. I'm finding myself puffing and sipping to keep moisture in my mouth. So yeah, there is a cinnamon component in this stick. So again, these are just some flavors that I identified. You might get something different, but I'm just giving you a gauge to, I guess, understand what makes up the Viva La Vida. head rusher. Definitely a head rusher. We're getting down to the last third. Not quite in the home stretch, but again, we are approaching nonetheless. And right now I'm getting that ramp up. It's like that pepper coming back. I'm getting an earthy tone. It's like a moss, if that makes sense. Morning dew. If you smell things, you may be able to associate a flavor with it. Grandma's baking cookies in the oven. When you walk in the house, the whole house smells very fabulous. Or someone is peeling an orange in your direct vicinity. That orange citrus hits your nose and may make your mouth water if that is attractive to you. These are the concepts that I try to associate with what I'm smoking. It's like a char barbecue-y type if you're standing out, lighting a fire, barbecue. Not the lighter fluid barbecue part, but once the coals have settled and it's time to put the meat on, that flavor comes in this Viva La Vida, if that makes sense. Again, flavor association with smell is what I try to introduce to whatever I'm smoking. You may want to try that too. Okay, y'all. This last third, wow, it's punching. Everything is ramped up. The pepper is back. It's in your ass. That cinnamon, drying your mouth. It's in your ass. This has now turned into a full body cigar in the last third. I'm like, wow. Now in the beginning it was more relaxed, things toned down toward the halfway point. But as I get into this last third, I want to attribute it to the tar that builds up. By the time you get to the last third, you're experiencing all of the flavors that you've been puffing, thus creating that tar toward the end. But this boy is getting strong. Oh my God. Yeah, here come the hiccups. This is full throttle right now. Last third, we getting into full throttle. Bust your ass flavor. It's still enjoyable if you like a full-bodied cigar. If you like pepper, this may be something that you may enjoy. This is Viva La Vida. Look, y'all, I'm gonna keep it 100. This smoker got strong. I got a head rush, and it's not. Yeah, it's wow. It's punching. I'm gonna go ahead and tap out. I'm not even gonna get to the home stretch. This is that one. So if you like a nice transitional cigar, God, yeah, this is for you. This may be a little too strong for me. Now the first third, I was enjoying the first third. Halfway, I got a new introduction of flavors, but now, I want to thank y'all for sitting here and getting through this little bit of stick with me. I can't finish this. This is definitely ramped up in your ass. Yeah. I want to finish it for you, but I definitely feel heartburn coming up, and I'm really taking more than the necessary 30-second rest time. I'm taking like a minute, maybe 2 minutes in between puffs, and I'm still experiencing heartburn into the last third. I want to thank you again for sitting here with me kicking it with me, watching me, and definitely, if you have liked this video, if you hit the like button, please leave a comment. That's how I'll know that I can enter your name into the monthly drawing. For some reason, YouTube has taken away the notification that someone has liked it. But leave a comment. Just say what's up. I throw your name in the pot, pick out a couple of sticks, print up a couple of shirts. I send it right to your house. Once again, I'm gonna say it again. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for just letting me sit here and talk shit with you about specific sticks that I'm trying, specific sticks that I'm liking or enjoying. This cigar lifestyle is pretty much really 100% about doing what you enjoy. If you like the sweet stuff, if you like the strong stuff, if you like the expensive stuff, that is your prerogative. So I'm gonna say it, whether you came to be nosy or you're new to cigars, thank you for stopping by.